Doing a little legwork before heading out the door to your appointment will help you avoid any big surprises from your prospect. You need to understand your prospect, his or her business and home life. You'll also need to see what the prospect sees regarding you, your company, and your product and services. Information on everyone and every company can be found at your fingertips in this age of Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, not to mention Yahoo and Bing and Flickr and Foursquare and on and on and on and on. Social media and online research can take a lot of time if you let it. The purpose is not to find every posting ever written by or about your prospect. You just need to understand the basics. What are your prospect's interests and what is their current life situation? Now, we recommend you set a timer and allow 30 to 45 minutes per prospect. You'll need only 10 to 15 minutes as you gain experience. Yes, you can do all of this in 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe not the first time or even the second, but eventually you'll have the news alerts and other systems in place that will keep you on top of your online reputation. That will mean prior to a meeting with a prospect, you'll only have to focus on a brief scan of your prospect's interest and career. The point of asking questions and doing this prospect research is not so you can get personal. You want this information so you can strike up a conversation, build rapport, and understand any nuances of the prospect's business. For example, you wouldn't recommend a high-end product if you saw that your prospect's company just reported layoffs. Now that you've done the research, you need to make sure you have a record. You'll want to take this record with you on your appointments. Many salespeople find that color coding helps them keep track of their prospect status. One color for prospects, another for clients. Among the pieces of information you want to keep are their full name and contact information, their company or business information, some personal information, your relationship points, a to-do list including follow-up actions you need to take after each contact, both reminders of steps you want to take to close the deal or to thank the prospect for becoming a client, and if any requests for follow-up from the prospect. The more thorough your notes are, the better prepared you'll feel. You can be confident that you'll understand and recall the details of that relationship with the prospect if you can review the relationship details right before each contact. Anything you can do to personalize the relationship will increase the likelihood that the appointment will end in success with a closed sale. You could go too far in researching your client. Despite the current trend to share personal information online, prospects may not realize how much is actually out there. Your goal is not to delve deeply into the prospect's personal life. Instead, you just want to get a sense of where this person is, what they do. New parents, empty nesters, sports fans, dog lovers, world travelers, self-employed, government workers, or even are they recently retired? Each of these facts may help you determine which of your product or services would actually best suit them and their lifestyle. Women may find an excessive amount of knowledge about their personal lives to be threatening. Men, however, may not give your research findings a second thought. So don't do anything you'd feel uncomfortable explaining to the prospect. I found you on LinkedIn is perfectly acceptable. Providing research and background material on your company and its products and services will make a big difference between the way you are treated by male and female prospects. Now, men will focus more on facts and figures and in direct comparisons to your competitors. They're interested in the transaction at hand and will discuss a relationship after a successful transaction or two. Women, however, will be more interested in determining if they want to develop a business relationship with you before they decide to complete the transaction. They'll be more interested in a narrative on how your product or service will fit into their lives and how a long-term affiliation with you will be of benefit to them. Knowing that these two approaches could be used during your appointment, you need to be prepared to discuss your product or service in both ways. This is why we recommend the checklist above for your presentation. Men will likely to be more interested in the brochures with the facts about your product or service, while women are more apt to want to see the official policies, the testimonials, and any research that supports your claims. Neither approach is better or worse. They're merely different. As a salesperson, you'll feel more confident in your pitch and your ability to navigate the ebbs and flows of your appointment if you're prepared for both approaches. Research and preparation are key to being confident, and confidence sells. It's important that you create a system or a routine that includes a sales kit with all the tools you'll need to close the sale, take the order, and allow you to follow up. Men and women make sales decisions differently, so you need to be prepared to respond to both styles of communication, transactional and relational. Keeping good records and using social media appropriately are important factors in developing the confidence you need to be successful.